We got.
Your history with Jim has been a fun rivalry to watch, but it's always been respectful. I'm not trying to make it into anything that's not. But what's your fondest memory of this rivalry with Jim Harbaugh?
I remember Jim. No, I don't. I have no fond memories. I'm not going to go there. They're great games. They've been great games. That's all.
He said that
There's been a bunch of them.
that you guys in a different life could have been great teammates. When he says something like that, what is that?
Well, I think that would come from he's seen my game, and so he would like me to help him win, if I could. And so he'd like us to play together, I guess. But one thing we would certainly see eye to eye on is about competing. He's always been a great competitor, and he battled through so much in his playing days and in his coaching days as well. So I appreciate him saying that because I'd like to play with him too.
He said that you're not on each other's Christmas, or he's not on your Christmas card list. Do you expect a birthday card from him then?
Well, I'm surprised he would say that because he sends me a birthday card every year. So I don't know what to tell you.
Pete, after having a few days off, just how is the Landon Roberts doing with the sprained elbow? Is there?
He's not looking at this game like he can't play, and just like Brock, they're not looking like that at all. They think they're playing. So we'll see what happens. They got to practice through the week and make it through it. But just in the walkthroughs and all already, they look fine.
Do you expect them to practice?
They're going to do what we ask them to do. They've already got through the walkthroughs and done that. We're going to take them day by day, and I would expect before the week's over they would.
When you reviewed the film, was there anything that surprised you in a positive sense that maybe was even better than you thought?
Yeah, I was really fired up about the consistency in our effort chasing the football on defense. I thought that all the way through the game, the guys were really on it. The hitting was there. Our tackling was sharp. Guys knocking the piles back. All of that, just the effort that they brought, I was really fired up about. We'd only played probably 8 or 9 snaps at any one time, in a game, so you can't tell. And so you get 40 and 50 plays in the game, and they're still going. D linemen are chasing the screens and all that stuff out on the perimeter. That's what we hope to see, and so we're really pleased about that.
How surprising was it that it was week 1 and there wasn't very many missed tackles?
Well, we've been working really hard at it. I'm not surprised by it. I'm thrilled. I'll go the other way, I'm on the positive end of it. Yeah, that was a really good start, and particularly in the perimeter. And the DBs did a really nice job of cleaning things up. And we were aggressively attacking our opportunities. We weren't just getting the guys on the ground. We went after it really cool. On the sidelines, there was a bunch of really good hits and all.
You've got such a veteran group of linebackers. How much do those guys, does that group instill what you want to be about on?
Yeah, I mean, since this came together and we saw the guys that we were able to put together, I've been really excited to see them eventually play together and show us what they could do because they're all tough guys and they all have an attitude about making things happen. They attack very well. From Jamal and all across the board, those guys are all looking to make a play, and they're coming downhill. So if we can, continue to hit the line of scrimmage right and give them a chance to do that, then it's going to be a force in our defense if we're able to keep that going.
Everybody knows what Ashton can do with the ball, but how impressed were you with his blitz pickup and his understanding?
He did really well. He really did. He did really well. We were really pleased about that, and noticed it early in the game when he had a couple of chances. That's all he's shown us. He hasn't shown us anything but that, but you still got to do it, and he came through just fine.
You've always embraced opportunities, and it feels like this is an opportunity. This game on Monday night, national TV, for you to connect with your fans, the team to connect with your fans. What kind of an atmosphere do you expect and you want to see? Would you like to see?
Well, Monday Night Football has been something big to all of us for all the time we've been around. And talked to the team about that today. Some of our guys and our little kids were dreaming about playing on Monday night, so it is a big deal. We have to handle it really well. If you look at our days in Seattle, we've done pretty well on Monday night, and expect to continue to find that consistency that you need in that situation, and not let everything get to your head and take you out of your game. So. It's a really big deal to have this opportunity for us because we have a couple other primetime games coming up later on in the schedule, and I want our guys to really embrace those opportunities.
As somebody who coached in a stadium that had such a home field advantage, what's your anticipation for what you're going to get at Allegiant Stadium?
I think it's going to be crazy. I can't wait to hear the group get after it. And this is our first chance to really get in front of them. I don't know how many fans they bring, but I know ours are going to go crazy and be loud, and we're really looking forward to it. And I hope that we play well enough to keep them, going throughout the whole 4 quarters.
Watching the week one film, what were some things about Justin Herbert that really impressed you, and how much of the challenge is that for your defense?
Yeah, he is such a factor that they really played to him. They give him the opportunity in a lot of situations to not just throw the football, but to do his RPOs and get out of the pocket and take off scrambling. There was a play late in the game when they had a chance to ice it in a 4-minute situation, and he takes off. It's like 3rd and 13 or something like that. He takes off and makes like 20, and it looked like they knew exactly what they were trying to do. It was a drop back pass, but he took off, and I mean he's got great. Skills to really make it difficult on the defense. A normal play can be played, defended, rushed well and all that, and then something else happens, whether he's scrambling to throw it or scrambling to run it. And that factor is the most difficult factor in football to control. And so that's why they've been successful, and they have a great chance to continue that.
When you looked at your team and looked at the adjustments, all three phases, offense, defense, special teams, coaching, there were adjustments, there was talking, calming guys down. How proud of you were you of your staff?
Yeah, we did adjust well at halftime. The games turned. You saw us come right back out after not really working as well as we like to on offense. We went right down the field again to get it started. Defense responded. I don't know, 5 or 6 times in a row to keep them from scoring, and the momentum that was there to be had was really, I think, captured by our guys. So I was really excited about that, and that did have to do with what Chip did and what Patrick did and Tommy. So everybody was on it, and we communicated really well, and the guys responded. The communication is one thing for us to know what to do, but we have to get the point across to the fellas, and that took place. So that was really encouraging, and that's why it was such a positive first opportunity for us. It wasn't just about the score or winning the game. It was about all of the things that we're going to need to draw on as we go forward.
We know that Ashton had that blitz pickup and that he scored a touchdown, but how focused is he in this game in terms of picking up more yardage in the rushing game?
I don't think that has anything to do with anything. I think he just wants to do his job. I would be really surprised if that would be his point of emphasis. He seems to be right in it. He'll take advantage of the opportunities. There's things he could have done better. I know that's what he wants to do. He wants to make sure he maximizes the opportunities of the reads that he gets in the running game, and we might have missed a couple of those. I thought because he was just a little jacked up and just wasn't patient as he normally will be. So we'll see how that goes.
You talked this offseason about and training camp about Trey Tucker and Michael Mayer. How important is it for those types of guys to get rewarded with performance?
Yeah, I think it's good for them to get rewarded, but they've been doing it. And so it's just reassuring for them. I think that, okay, this is my role, this is my opportunity. I have a chance to really factor into the results of our games. And both guys had terrific plays that made a difference in the game. And so I'm thrilled for both those guys. It's great to have Trey's this extraordinary speed that he has show up, and it was so obvious. The great route he ran on the sidelines, 20-yard comeback, was a beautiful play. And Mike had a number of stellar plays. So it's really good for their confidence. Yeah, I'm thrilled for them because they've worked so hard and they've been with us every step of the way. And then to actually show up on game day and it really made a difference. It was great.
Going back to the Chargers, looking at their offensive line, what stood out to you about the way they handled the blitz from the Chiefs in that game?
They worked really hard at it. I thought Alt was really good. For moving over to the other side, we kind of maybe hopefully would have a little adjustment time in there, but he jumped right at it and did a nice job. They're communicating well. Both teams had some good fortune pressuring, though, on both sides. So, but it is a newer group, the new right tackle and all that. They'll get way better. So hopefully it takes them a couple weeks to do that.
Well, along those same lines, they were much more pass-centric than a typical Greg Roman attack, it looked like. I mean, do you think that was a matchup-based thing, or is that maybe a change in focus?
I think it's a total mirage.
You guys all set?
Great. Thanks, Coach. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Coach P. Carroll said, you were dealing with some hamstring tightness a little bit in the second half. How's the hamstring feeling now?
Feeling a lot better. Should be good to go.
When you look at the job Ashton did, okay, so maybe he didn't have a lot of yards. They were selling out to stop the run. But you look at his blocking and all the other little things he did that don't show up on the stats. How proud of him were you with him being a rookie?
Yeah, I thought Ashton did a great job, for his first full game, 60 minutes of action. Obviously did a lot of great things, had a lot of great runs throughout the game. And I think, for him, as he continues to grow and continues to learn, he's just got to continue to get better from each experience, the good and the bad one. So I thought he did a great job, really happy with him, but that's behind us. We got to get focused.
What stood out to you most about watching them beat the Chiefs on the film?
I mean, I was just watching their defense, but I feel like their defense. They got really good guys up front. Starts with Khalil, and then they got Thule, who's been doing a great job. I think their two guys inside are really stout versus the run and the pass. I think Deion is playing great as of late. I know he started the end of last year, and he's really carried that over into this year. Denzel always been a great player. Know him from when I played with the Chargers, as well as Derwin. He's the spearhead of their defense. They're going to move him around, put him in positions to be successful. They got great guys on the back end. Got a vet with Dante Jackson. Then they got a younger guy who's been playing really, really well with Tarheeb Steele. Two veteran safeties. They got rotational guys, Bud Dupree, a lot of guys that can step in and make plays. So we just got to be on top of what they're doing and make sure that we go out there and execute.
I know every game is important, and wherever and whenever you have to play them, you play them. But it is Monday Night Football, and you seem like somebody that embraces stages and challenges. Is there a little bit more to a Monday night game?
No, it's another game. Football's football, no matter where you play, no matter when you play. I take it personal, no matter where it is. It's just another game, and to me, if you let those things affect you, then you're not in the right mind state. So I like to remain focused and stay solid.
Jacoby's one of the most underrated wide receivers in the NFL, and you and him have built a really good rapport. What is it from a quarterback standpoint that makes him so special?
I think it's the fact that he played quarterback. He's very QB friendly. He understands the game. He knows where to be, when to be there. He's got great hands, as you can see. Very good after the catch. Really impressive in that area. And I think that the most impressive thing is just how humble he is and how much of a team player he is, and how much he wants the other guys around him to be great. I think that's something that is special and is rare in that position room. And so we got a lot of great guys, but I enjoy playing with Jacoby. I think he's one of the best.
You just said that from the player perspective, it's just another game. But when you look at the coaches and the rivalry there, have you ever seen a rivalry like between Coach Carroll and Pete between Pete and Jim Harbaugh?
No, I mean, it's definitely, you think about college, professional, their days in Seattle and San Fran, they both built great teams and had to go through one another to get to the Super Bowl. And, I watched those games, a lot of those games. They were very impressive games to watch. And, when you talk to Coach, man, like, again, every opportunity is a championship opportunity. And so whatever he feels with that rivalry, that's on him. But I'm focused on the game and going out there and executing and making the right reads.
What's it like for you to be able to have as many weapons as you do, to be able to spread the ball around like you did on Sunday?
Somebody told me we had no weapons, so it's just kind of like, wasn't me. What is it? I think we got some of the best guys in the league, and as long as I make the right decisions and spread the ball around and set my feet and get the ball out, those guys will make plays, as we've seen. And so it gives me great confidence knowing that those guys can do that, and it really, I put the pressure on myself to make sure I'm out there making the right reads and the right throws and getting the ball in their hands.
Along those lines, a lot of work went in between you and Michael Mayer, you and Trey Tucker, to get it to where it needs to be. How good did it feel that it came to fruition on Sunday?
It felt good, but that's just one game. Like I said, man, we got 16 more of these things that we got to go out there and take care of, and we got to continue to grow throughout the season. There's a lot of great things that we did, but I think we all can agree that we left a lot of yards out there and maybe some points as well. And so those are the things I'm focused on, is how can we improve on those things so that we can go out there and fully execute throughout the entire game, so we can see exactly what we can be. That's really important to me. But Mike and Trey have done a great job. Extremely hardworking guys. They're always prepared, and I enjoy going to work with these guys because they work extremely hard. They want to get better, and we're all eager to learn. So we're in it together. We're getting better, and it's going to be good.
What do you think about that catch that Dante Thornton had on that third play from you?
That was sweet. We've been setting that up. Trying to find the right time in the game to get to that. We felt like Carlton was playing a little bit aggressive on those end cuts, and so we found the perfect time. What other time than 3rd and 20 with the game on the line? Could have made a better throw. I think he would have scored if I could have set my feet and got it out there for him. But he came back and made a great catch, and it was great to see him do that because he's a guy that, again, we're going to continue to try and count on and put him in positions to make those plays as well.
Chip Kelly has a very intricate offense, and you just seem to be right at home and comfortable with it. What is it about Chip that you and him have built such a great relationship?
Yeah, I think it's all the time we spend together, all the time in the meeting rooms, just hearing his voice and directly from him exactly what he wants to get accomplished with each and every play. I think he's when I think about Chip, man, like he's so cerebral and such a smart coach, and he's always thinking of the next thing, the next layer, to attack the defense, and that's something that I'm always doing as well. So I think we mesh in that area. We're football junkies, football nerds. He loves the game, I love the game, and I mean, it's just, we love being around each other. I think it's just, great synergy.
You've learned so much as a veteran quarterback versus being a young one and just getting thrown into the game. So what's the biggest thing you've learned about creating a culture with your receivers on and off the field, season and off season?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just discipline and routine. Just the day-to-day details that you go throughout. I think when I was a young quarterback, there was a lot of things that I didn't know about preparation and how to study film and, what am I looking for, how do I build a game plan. As I got older, I began to develop more of that, and now I feel like I'm in a good place, but I want to continue to improve on that. And so having Tom around and, all the coaches that we have, KP, having Aiden and just guys to bounce ideas off of is going to help me. But overall, man, I just think it's just an ongoing process of trying to get better and trying to find a way to be better each and every day. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
What pride do you take in being able to impact the game in more ways than one?
I take a lot of pride, especially being the 3-down back, being able to run it, catch it, and, being able to protect the quarterback in the pass game as well.
Ashton, Pete Carroll said, understandably so, you're pretty fired up on Sunday. And maybe just slow it down a little bit to be able to read and feel things a little bit more. Did you kind of sense that a little bit? And do you feel like maybe you got that under your belt and ready to do what you normally do on them?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I was too fired up. I mean, it's football. You always going to get fired up. But I think just in terms of the game, just making reads that I've always made and just being better, honestly. I mean, I didn't play my best in the run game, and, I'll be working this week to, be better at that and be better for the guys up front.
What you did do incredibly well was the blitz pickup, which I know there were some people that had questions about coming in. Like, how much pride did you take in that, and how did you think you performed in that area?
A lot of pride. I mean, especially in the game now, like you got to pick up those blitzes, got to protect the quarterback. If I didn't do my job on a lot of those plays, I don't feel we would have won the game. Whether it would be a guy hitting Geno or he still made those with a guy in his face, but you want your quarterback to have a clean pocket, and it's just super important. And I think I did a good job.
Was there any good moments in the film room where people were like, look at this one, kind of good reaction?
Yeah, I mean, they brought both of the corners, actually, but Carlton, he kind of, before the snap, came down, so I just went to him. Yeah, so that was a good one.
Ashton, you've always been a consummate teammate. It's just so you don't really look at your yards, you just look at the wins, but you do so many little things that don't show up on a stat sheet. Where did that commitment to the totality of the game come from with you?
I mean, it's a team sport at the end of the day. I mean, obviously, whether you win or lose, they'll highlight guys whether you played well or played bad. But at the end of the day, on the stat line, win or loss, it's the Raiders organization. It's not this guy lost, that guy lost, that guy won, that guy won. So everything that I do is for the team.
Your first start in the regular season, was it everything you expected?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in terms of getting to play in the NFL. Just having fun out there, being with the guys. I mean, it was a great experience, and, now it's on to the next one.
Pete says everyone grows up thinking about Monday Night Football. Other guys are saying it's just another game, but it's your first, so what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it is just another game. It happens to be Monday Night Football, all eyes on us, so I'm excited for it.
The fact, though, that it's a home opener and a division game as well, does that add even a little more juice, I guess, to this one?
I mean, maybe from an outside perspective, but, inside here in this building, it's another game. Every game's a championship game for us.
All good, guys?
Yep.
Thanks, man.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.